It was a calm morning in Ouagadougou, Burkina Faso. President Ibrahim Traoré was sitting in his office, carefully reviewing documents on local policy improvements when his assistant, Marie, rushed in, visibly shaken. "Mr. President," she said, her voice tense with urgency, "you need to see this immediately." Traoré looked up, surprised by her tone, and Marie handed him a tablet streaming a live press conference from the United States. On screen stood Barack Obama, the former U.S. president, addressing a global audience about leadership in the modern world. But what stopped Traoré cold was hearing his own country's name, Burkina Faso. "Burkina Faso," Obama declared, his voice echoing through the hall, "is a shining example of how even small nations can lead massive transformations. Under the leadership of Ibrahim Traoré, they've shown that dignity and self-reliance aren't just ideals, they're achievable realities." For a moment, Traoré was speechless. Hearing his name come from such a respected world leader, and in a tone of admiration, was nothing short of surreal. He listened intently as Obama continued. "Traoré has turned away from outdated models of foreign aid, and is building a future rooted in mutual respect and the strength of his people. That is true leadership." The crowd erupted into applause. As behind Obama, images flickered across the screen. Farmers revitalizing barren lands, children thriving in new schools, and young inventors building solutions for their communities. Traoré slowly lowered the tablet, still stunned. "I didn't expect that," he murmured. Marie's eyes sparkled. "Mr. President, this is incredible. The whole world is finally seeing the impact of what we've built together." But Traoré remained thoughtful. He knew this wasn't just personal praise. It was a tribute to the entire nation's tireless efforts. "Marie," he said with quiet resolve, "we must respond, not with pride, but with gratitude." She nodded, already preparing for what came next. Back in the US, Obama concluded his speech with a powerful message. "Ibrahim, if you're watching, know this. Your courage is inspiring many of us. Keep showing the world that Africa doesn't need saving. It needs respecting." The statement exploded across social media. Hashtags like "Respect for Africa" and "Leadership with Dignity" trended worldwide. People everywhere were talking, not just about Traoré, but about sovereignty, self-sufficiency, and a new era of African pride. In Burkina Faso, Traoré felt the gravity of the moment. "Prepare a press conference," he told Marie. "We need to show the world this is not about me. It's about all of us." The next day, Traoré stood before a packed press room, dressed in traditional attire, a living embodiment of his nation's brilliance. "Yesterday," he began, "Barack Obama said words about our country that left me speechless. But what moved me wasn't his praise for me. It was his recognition of our people." He then unveiled the Sovereign Future Program, a bold new initiative to empower communities to solve their own challenges, without external dependence. "This," Traoré declared, "isn't just about politics. It's about proving that we can thrive on our own, and more importantly, that Africa doesn't need to be saved. It needs to be respected." The room erupted in applause, though a few international journalists remained skeptical. One French reporter asked, "Mr. President, how can you implement these initiatives without external support? Isn't that a dangerous gamble?" Traoré's smile was calm but firm. "Everything worth doing involves risk," he replied. "But the greatest risk is accepting help that compromises our dignity. We are betting on the power of our people, and I know they won't let us down." That answer went viral. More debates ignited about sovereignty and sustainable growth. Behind the scenes, implementation had already begun. The agriculture minister coordinated with local leaders, while Marie visited remote villages, gathering insights from farmers. In one such meeting, an elderly man whispered, "This will change everything. Finally, we'll farm our land and feed our children with pride." Marie was moved to tears. She understood this wasn't just a program, it was a revolution of hope. Internationally, Obama's words echoed. His recognition of Burkina Faso's path stirred reactions from world leaders, grassroots movements, and ordinary citizens alike. Many saw Traoré not just as a national leader, but as a symbol of what was possible when a nation believed in itself. In places like Nigeria, youth movements launched campaigns like Value Your People, helping rural areas develop independent projects. Back home, progress reports kept pouring in. In a small village, Traoré met a woman named Fatou, who now taught carpentry to other women, thanks to the Sovereign Future program. "I used to struggle just to feed my kids," she said in an interview. "Now I'm helping others create a future. And it's because of President Traoré." Her story spread like wildfire, reinforcing Traoré's image as a visionary leader. Traoré's team expanded their efforts. The Agriculture Ministry forged partnerships with universities to train local farmers. Marie ensured basic needs, water, electricity, education, were met in underserved communities. "We're just getting started," Traoré told his team, "but the first signs of real change are already visible. And this change isn't just economic, it's cultural, social, and above all, human." A journalist watching it all unfold scribbled a powerful reflection in his notebook. "Today in Burkina Faso, I saw the future of an Africa that cherishes its roots, honors its people, and builds bridges of dignity for all." Fatou later arrived at an innovation center, her heart heavy with memories. She had traveled from Bobo Dioulasso, carrying her late mother's book, a woman who once dreamed of seeing her daughter do something greater. At the center, crowds had gathered to celebrate the program's impact. Marie was there too, tears in her eyes as she managed the ceremony. Malik, a boy once sick in a makeshift clinic, now stood proudly in a warm sweater, displaying photos of local initiatives. As Traoré took the stage, he saw Fatou enter and walk toward her, gently extending his hand. "Welcome," he said, his voice breaking. "You are proof we're building something greater than ourselves." Fatou nodded, her eyes wet. "My mother always believed this day would come," she whispered, holding up the book. Inside it, a sentence read, "Knowledge is the greatest inheritance we can leave behind." Traoré smiled, deeply moved. That one sentence said it all. Indeed. His address, Traoré looked into the crowd. "We are not here just to celebrate policies or progress," he said. "We're here to honor the people who've built this nation with their bare hands. You are the true strength of Burkina Faso." Then, turning toward the cameras, he addressed Obama directly. "Mr. Obama, your words left me speechless. But know this, they weren't just about me. They were about every Burkinabe working every day to build something better." Applause thundered through the hall. On the screens behind him, images of thriving farms, vibrant schools, and young innovators lit up the room. Fatou was invited on stage. She hesitated, then found her voice. "My mother taught me to fight for dreams," she said. "And thanks to this center, I know I can make hers come true. I'll help grow food and protect our land." The crowd rose in applause. Traoré embraced her warmly. In that moment, he knew this was the real success, igniting belief in a generation. Back in the US, Obama watched the broadcast. In a live interview, a journalist asked about Traoré. "This guy is something special," Obama said, surprising. "He's reminding us that true leadership means listening, not controlling." His statement added more fuel to a growing movement, one led not by superpowers, but by people reclaiming their dignity. And in Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traoré kept moving forward. On a village visit, a child named Mamadou ran up to him with school books and a smile. "Mr. President," the child said with emotion, "this is for you. I just want to show you. We're using what you gave us to learn." Traoré smiled, deeply touched. "You don't owe it to us, Mamadou," he said. "You're proving that when people are given the right tools, they can conquer the world."